Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Awaken to Happiness Now global series. Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you are new to me, new to my show, new to my channel, if you're watching on replay on YouTube, please do subscribe. We have there's so many shows, 500 shows, I think there for you to take advantage of. So when you subscribe, you'll be able to take advantage of all the previous shows, all the current shows, all the shows coming up in the future, because there's many, many more coming. And it is my deepest wish, desire, and intention to bring forward to you these wonderful speakers who are sharing their wisdom, their teachings, their experiences, their processes, their healings, their readings, their clearings, etc., so that we can all thrive and so that we can all awaken to happiness now. And today, my dear friend Colby Wilk is back with us, and we're going to be talking about align with your divine, how to direct your psychic anatomy to know greater stillness. And so, some of what we're going to talk about today is we're going to learn how to sense and direct your energy field into powerful states of divine well being, drop below thought, and know a peace that even longtime meditators rarely experience. Know that you really are fundamentally connected to all of life. See beyond the veils of this reality to the truth of your being. Take your place in the world and know divine purpose. And of course, Colby is going to be taking some live callers today, and he's going to give each caller specific guidance that will help them connect with their divine, given who they are and what their soul is calling for in real time. And for those of you who may not know Colby, he's been with us a few times before, and so I'm so glad that he's back with us again today. But I'll just tell you a little bit about him. Originally a counselor coach, Colby recognized that there was a power beyond traditional therapeutic methods that could shift what seemed unchangeable, the very core of a person. Through intuitive healing and mentoring, Colby partners with people on their journey to be fully alive. With highly developed intuition, he roots out the hidden causes of suffering, assisting people to transform unhappiness and struggle with peace, awe, and wonder. And he trains others to be their own teacher, to access spiritual states, and to overcome blocks. So I'm so glad that Colby is back here with us today. So everyone, please join me in welcoming Colby back to the show. Colby, welcome.
Yay! Thanks for having me.
So glad you're here, and I will. We are taking live caller questions, but they are live. So Colby wants to see you and hear you at least, right? And I have to say, Colby is like spot on when it comes to reading a person, right? Like spot on when it comes to reading a person. Even if you don't say anything, he just knows immediately that there's something going on, and how deep that something can be. So Colby, since it's been a while that you've been here with us, do you want to just take a few minutes and just tell us a little bit about who you are, your journey, and especially about how these mini readings are going to go?
Sure. Hi, I'm Colby. Hello. I work as an intuitive healer. I like the term wayfinder. I help people find their way to how they want to live. And I do that by kind of just sitting with somebody and the information makes itself known, what their soul is inviting them to do. In my experience, if we're connected to our soul, the larger aspect of us, we know what our soul's inviting us to do. And then we act accordingly, and our lives make a little bit more sense. Having said that, it's not my opinion that our soul puppets us. Our soul is moving us towards our desire. So, what you desire is what your soul desires for you, but may know the way to get there, or does know the way to get there. If you're going through challenges, obstacles, uncomfortable circumstances, I might be able to help you find your way through. So today what we're going to do, if it's okay with Alara, is look at if you have a question about a circumstance in your life, what your soul is saying. And then I'll teach you a practice to help you connect with your divine within. Now, when I say practice, I'm not just teaching willy-nilly things. I'm looking at you and seeing what's going to help you to access your divine more immediately, with greater love, with greater result. So if you have a question for me, I want you to think real hard what you want that question to be. Oh, Colby, can't find a partner. I really would like one. Okay, that's great. Oh, Colby, my big toe hurts. Great. But none of this Colby, what's my soul saying to me? I need to find the thread to pull. It's too much to look at. And the more specific you could be and the more targeted, the better. I don't need a whole lot of story because I'm not listening to you really. I'm really not. I'm listening to your soul, the larger aspect of you coming through. Yeah, I live in Seattle with my new dog, Ubi, who I'm sure will make the occasional appearance. And I've had him for 2 months, so please be patient if there's something I need to attend to. And I gave him a bully stick, so he should be busy for 10 minutes. So let us
Sounds good.
go on.
Let's go. So, I just have a question about what you said,
Yes, my friend.
Colby, because I am the questioning type. So it's like, so the soul does not have an agenda. Because you said the soul helps us find our way based on our desire. So
Yeah.
our personality desire or our soul's desire, or like, what do you mean by that? I'm just curious.
I may want a slice of pizza or a bonbon. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about what it is you really want. So there's a tried and true tantric practice. We can do it right now, alone. We can do it right now. Is that okay?
Sure, absolutely.
So ask yourself, what do I want? What do you want? Now, if I ask that question, what do I want? I want some sugar. I want candy. What do you want?
I want peace, stability, and freedom.
Great. So then you ask yourself, what do I really want? Which helps me go a little deeper, as opposed to what, my addictions want or my knee-jerk reaction. What do I really want? I want my mother. I miss my mother. What do you want? What do you really want?
I want my life to be back the way it was a few years ago.
Then third question is, what do you really, really want? And then you'll find you're at a certain level of depth. And that answer is what your soul is responding to. Your soul is trying to get that to you. But you may have to go through some stuff to get there. And the quicker you accept what you really, really want and allow your soul's intervention, the more quickly you move. That makes sense?
Sounds good. Sounds good. And it means being honest with yourself and going deeper.
Yes, honest as you can be. We all
Yeah,
want to know the truth, and we all don't want to know the truth. Both can be true. Both can be true.
absolutely.
And so I'll get information for y'all, and I'll attempt to give it to you with directness and compassion. Right? Directness and compassion. Because if I'm just direct, I come off as a bit of an a-hole, which I've made the mistake of before. And if I'm just compassionate, I just love you up, which is a great thing. You got to look at your ego. So another way of saying this is people talk about the ego and the spirit. I would like to give you all a metaphor for that. Picture an egg. The shell is your personality, how you appear to the world. Fun, buoyant, excited, whatever it is. Okay. The white part is your ego, how you protect the yolk, your soul. In order to get to the yolk, your soul, you have to crack the egg, crack your personality, get through your compensating strategies, the white part, the ego, to get to the yellow. So we've got to understand our ego to get to our soul, which is housed in the middle of the ego. If you just go for soul and just understand the yellow, and you don't attend to your ego, you're a spiritual person with a lot of gifts, but you're kind of a jerk. You lack compassion. You lack self-love as a personality. So we want to do both. We want to accept our humanity so we can allow our divinity. Accept our hatred. Accept our loneliness, our jealousy. Because that's being human. It's part of being human. So that we finally can allow divinity to emerge. We don't chase divinity. We allow it. And it's just a natural process.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
So I think we've given the groundwork for what the personal reading is going to be like. So basically, a succinct question. So one specific succinct question. And preferably, if you can't do video just because you don't know how your camera works, okay, but at least have audio. So we're not taking any questions in the chat. So if you want to ask a question of Colby and work with him, raise your hand, okay? So Colby, we are going to talk about our topic that we're going to talk about as well as we're continuing to do the mini readings. Is that okay?
Yeah, I want to talk about how people can align more deeply with their divine.
Yeah, but I
That's
promised
something to
Dana
do.
that I would take her first because I know she has to go and she was on here way before anybody else. So
Okay.
so Dana is going to be like the guinea pig kind of to show how the mini readings are going to go. Is that okay?
That's perfect. Before we pull her on, let's do a prayer. Is that okay?
Yep, absolutely.
God, Lord, all that is, all that's ever been, all that's ever mattered and truly existed. Thank you for my good life. Thank you for the good life of these young people. You're all young. Atanaho, Yahweh, my Lord God, my Maker, the Horned One, Allah, Yanti, Shanti, the names of the divine. We ask humbly for your support so we can move closer to our understanding of who we are, who we really are, the source of our being. And we ask for support in the highest and best way for each person, in a way that's congruent for their body, in a way that's in alignment with their soul. Now, great. And so now that container is being established around each of you because you're all kind of getting in. And so you might feel some energy around you, bringing you in. And what this is a container to make learning easier for you, specific to you and the way you learn. Okay, there we go. All righty, let's begin the readings.
Let's have some fun. All right, Dana, you want to unmute yourself?
Sure. Thank you. So Colby, I have a question around my career because I'm in a transition right now. And I very much feel like I'm releasing, like,
Dana, let me stop you.
yes.
You're at the precipice, you have a diving board here and where you want to go. And you're looking at where you want to go and you're turning away from it. It's the first image as soon as you started talking that turn. So you're not really, you know where you want to go and then you turn away from where you want to go. Please continue, Dana.
Okay. So I'm concurrently looking for work, but also establishing a business as well. The business is what I really want to do, but it's the financial side of things that kind of draws me to actually having employment. So I'm just wondering if there's any messages related to that career aspect in terms of actually being employed.
Sweetie, I'm going to call you Sweetie because I'm from New York and if I can get away with it, I'll do it. Sweetie, Dana, what's your business you want to go into?
It's a health coaching business.
You're turning away from it, Dana. You're here, it's here, there's a gap, and this is calling, and you keep on turning away. So you could say to me, Colby, I really want that, but I would say you're very hesitant to move towards it. And you're hesitant to move for it. You're using the the financial gap, as the excuse.
Right.
Afraid to step into that level of power. Do you follow me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you feel what's coming up in your throat?
Yeah.
What is that, sweetheart?
There's a little bit of fear around being seen and actually just diving all the way into it, right? Because I still feel the pressure between being fiscally responsible and just going straight forward and just moving forward with the business idea.
Dana, this has nothing to do with fiscally responsible.
Okay.
I understand that's how it shows up. It's not about the money or the lack thereof. It's about the belief in self that you have something to offer. Can you feel the tears behind your eyes?
Yeah.
Now, I'm bringing your attention to that because if I say something and it resonates with you, no psychic's 100% accurate, right? But that would be validation that what I'm talking about is true. It's not about the money. It's about the belief that you have something to offer.
Yeah.
So let's do a practice. Is that okay?
Sure.
Help you move through. Because what happens with you, Dana, is that you get in your head about it, and then you start to weigh pros and cons,
Mhm.
and then you take no action or little action. Another way of saying this, Dana, in the kindest and loving way, you're a head case. All right. And don't get me wrong, it takes one to know one, right? I only know you because I know me.
Mhm.
So bring your attention 3 fingers below your belly button, Dana. And if you're listening, please do the same, because whatever I'm teaching one individual, we all can benefit from. So Dana, 3 fingers below your belly button, and in the middle of you, drop your attention, as if there's an eyeball below your belly button. Good, very good, Dana. This I refer to as your still point, because when you come here, you're still. There you go, Dana. Nice. And I'm just going to ask for assistance from my beings to help your beings get you there. There you go. Good. And like I said, if you're, these are, what people don't realize is if you want a relationship with the divine, you form habits to connect to your divine. That's what makes the difference between people who have a really great relationship and people who not so much. You develop habits. This is a habit. There you go, Dana. Down you go. Notice what that feels like. What does that feel like, Dana?
There's a lot of energy like moving between below my belly button and up towards my heart, actually.
Let it drop you down even further. So Dana, say, I
I
allow myself
allow myself
to go into my still point
to go into my still point
now.
now.
There you go. And we're just dropping you down out of your head into your heart, your power center, so you can know more stillness, more calm. There you go. Nice, Dana. Beautiful. Notice something is happening. What's happening, Dana?
Feels very warm
Calm,
energy. Yeah.
warm, not a lot of thought.
Yeah.
Notice it's even. Our normal states of consciousness, this is calm and even, so that we take out the argument out of your head and we just go poof. And you sit here in your still point, knowing your well-being. Makes sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Your brain can't figure your way out of this. If it would have, it could have, it would have. However, we're going to use your spiritual field, your energetic field, to keep you out of your head, keeping forward towards your spirit, what your spirit wants. Spirit being you. There's a language here and it feels very separate, you from your soul. It's the same thing. How do you feel?
I have a bit of anxiety about it because I think my mind's still going into that, right? Because I'm trying to do both simultaneously and it's not.
Notice you're back up here.
Yeah.
Can you drop all the way down?
Yeah.
Drop. There you go. Keep going. I'm going to make this super easy for you. There you go. Close your eyes. You don't need to entertain me. There you go. And down you go. Boom. There you go. Down, down. There's no ascension in the spiritual world. There's only descension. We go down, connecting to our bodies on the earth. Beautiful. You hang out there, and we'll take another call and come back.
Thank you.
All right.
Awesome. Thank you, Dana. And I think for a lot of us, it is hard for us to stay out of our head and stay in our body, stay in the still point, and not think and worry and have anxiety over the future, right? So it's difficult. It's challenging, I'll say, but it's a practice, absolutely. And the more that we can, do this practice or some practice that keeps us out of our head and back into our body to that space of stillness, or even you could say to the space of just awareness, it's going to give us more of the feedback that we need rather than the feedback that we want, right? Because in that state of awareness is where you get the information of, what's next kind of thing, or what feels right, or what feels good, or just what sometimes what the next step is, if you're feeling comfortable in that space. Otherwise, you just automatically go back up to your head, because we're not comfortable being in that still point or in that state of awareness, right?
And especially in this country, United States, where I am, we're trained to be in our head. Smarter is better, right? And we're trained to either be in our head or above it. And the only thing that's there, a lot of astral forces bombarding you all the time, and that has its effects. We weren't built for this much information. We weren't. We used to sit around fires and listening to stories, and when people ran out of stories, we just sit there. We need to we're used to being calm and giving time for our system to acclimate.
Absolutely.
Anyone who's got any sort of spiritual kahunas, has any sort of signs of enlightenment, has stillness, more space between their thoughts, has calm, an overall sense of calm about them, has love, embodied love, and has a sense of purpose. Those are the 3-4 signs of enlightenment. However, we're plagued by people talking about joy and they can have what they want and rah, rah, rah. And that's not it. That's spiritual materialism. That's not ascension. That's not enlightenment. That's trying to get stuff, which is fine, and it can work. It can work. It can get you what you want, but it's not going to get you closer to your God. It's not. So throughout this call, I'll teach a number of practices specific to the person I'm talking to. My hope is that you'll find one that you can do daily while you're in the shower, while you're eating, while you're driving, that you can do to bring yourself back to you. Because the person you're trying to escape is you, right? And the person you're trying to get to is you. The reason we're here in this plane of existence is not to make anything happen, not to build a building or paint a piece of art or change the world. We're here to become ourselves, whoever that is. That's the unfolding that we're going for. Who am I? A lot of people are interested in what God is. I'm really interested in what this is. What is this that I am? And what is the apex of my evolution? I'm really interested in that. And so this call caters to that interest.
Awesome. And just again, as a reminder, when Colby is sharing a practice, this is for everybody. It's not just for the person who he's talking to. So that still point practice, for example, is for all of us to utilize, implement, take into ourselves, and play with it if it resonates with you, right? So it's not just for the person who is asking the question. So Colby, because you are so psychic and so aware, I'm going to let you choose the people who are being called to work on.
No. We'll let you do it. You do it, my friend. Don't try to shift that. Nope.
I tried. Okay. All right, Linda, we're going to go with you. And again, we're one question specific and no story.
I have a very specific one. Okay. So Colby, I lost my husband this year, last year, and now I am faced with taxes coming in, and I was not included in a lot of that beginning stages of preparing all the taxes. So I need to know to try to stay out of overwhelm, and I'm not as organized as I should be either. I know that. So I need as much assistance as I can get so that I can get through this part right now.
I'm sorry, you're trying to figure out how to maneuver this financial situation with well-being?
Yeah, well, not just, no, there was no will. Just
Well-being.
No,
well-being.
well-being.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, well-being, yes.
So you're stressed out about the situation and you don't know how to move with well-being into well-being regarding the
Well, I just need to know whether or not my soul believes that I should get a hold of a lawyer or something to make things easier for me.
Okay, let me explain something, okay?
Okay,
I'll answer your question, but I'm first going to give you a proviso.
all right.
Spirituality is not used to get yourself ahead.
Say that again, please.
Spirituality, your connection with your divine, is not used to get yourself ahead, save money, figure out where to go on vacation, what car to buy. That's not what the purpose of spirituality is. The purpose of spirituality is to de-identify with you, your ego. When you say, I am blank, spirituality is doing away with any sort of identification and releasing yourself to the great mystery so you can experience real abundance beyond circumstance. You get to the point where it doesn't matter what happens. You know you're okay. That's one of the earmarks of spirituality. Okay. Healing is a little different. Healing is bad, good, want, don't want, and trying to orchestrate reality to suit your needs. Right? In order to be healed, you got to identify that something is wrong, which takes you out of ascension. Okay? Because in ascension or enlightenment, there's nothing wrong. Everything is acceptable because you are part of the one. Does that make sense first, Linda?
Yes.
You need a lawyer. Go get yourself a lawyer. You're not
Okay.
it's stressing you. So having said all that, you're stressing out. It makes sense to spend some money and get somebody on your team who you really think is competent, who is going to protect your interests.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
If you move
It's
forward
about
without them, you'll always wonder.
That's true.
it's Linda, it's about having ease throughout this whole process, right? As difficult
Yes.
as things
Yes.
have been and stuff,
Yeah.
you want ease moving forward, right? And
Yeah.
so it's kind of like protecting yourself as well from the unknown because you don't know a lot of the stuff,
True. I
right? So
don't.
you need someone to
Mm.
have your back
Okay.
Well
during
Thank
the
said.
you.
3D stuff,
Yeah.
and to stay out of overwhelm and and all that stuff so that you can still continue to function and be the light that you are.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you both.
Yeah.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Linda. And this is for everybody too. Again, when we are going through our 3D stuff, because we're all here, we're all human, we have personalities, we have egos, we have stuff going on. When we're sometimes going through that stuff, if it's really difficult, it's going to affect our light, how much we're actually shining our light. And I know a lot of us on these calls are healers, coaches, way showers, etc. And so inadvertently, when we are not willing to do the 3D stuff because it's like, oh, I don't know, somehow people think that 3D stuff is bad or below you or something. But if you don't take care of that stuff, you can't really shine as brightly as you would like to, if that makes sense. Right? And so part of that is about taking care of your emotional field, your energy field, your body, your mental field, all of that, so that you can continue to be the light that you are. Hopefully that makes sense.
That was wonderfully well said.
So hopefully that helped, Linda.
Yes, it did. Thank you so much, both of you.
Okay, sending you so much love.
Thanks, honey.
All right. Okay. Hold on. So Colby,
My friend.
some of the stuff that we wanted to talk about, right, is about how we can sense and direct our energy fields, right? So that we can have this healed outcome, healed well-being, be able to function with, you know, as much as we possibly can in the world that we're living in, right? So a lot of times when we are in our head, like Dana was in her head, I'm a head person too. I'm a head tripper, head case, whatever you want to call it. I am. And so a lot of times when we get stuck in that or in the stories, um, or the emotions, all the drama and all that stuff, that takes us out of our center. And it at the same time, we don't always have the clarity that we need and the awareness that is going to help us to move forward. Somehow you want to talk about that?
There's a place where, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? We need a place to live. We need food. Very difficult, not impossible, to have a relationship with the divine if your daily living things aren't handled. So we don't want to do any sort of spiritual bypass and ignore our humanity. But we also want to recognize that we want to have a relationship with the divine that is beyond circumstance. We want to know that we're okay regardless of what happens. And I have taxes to pay and groceries to pick up and a dentist to see. I don't want to ignore my teeth and count on the God to clean up my teeth. That is abandonment. That's self-abandonment. So there's this balance between, okay, I got to do what I got to do for me. And at the same, and try to have positive circumstances, but not be attached to those circumstances. I don't need to have my own home to be happy. I have my own home. That's great. I don't need income in the bank in order to be happy. But I do, and I'm grateful for it. So it's about attachment. I don't want to get upset. I don't want to be somebody who gets upset because my circumstances aren't positive. I want to attend to them and move on. That's the kind of relationship I think we all want. Do what I can and then let it go. If I get the job, I get the job. If there's money in my bank account, there's money. But and at the end of the day, I want to be in the unified field of love. And if I'm there, circumstances tend to work out. I was at Costco the other day, and they don't take electronics back. I find out if you're over 3 months, and whatever I bought broke, and I brought it back. And I was just, in my heart talking to the Costco person. And she's like, I've never done this before, but yeah, you can return it. It's because I'm running this vibe, not to manipulate, not to get what I want, but because I enjoy running the vibe. That's the offer. How do you have a relationship with the divine? How do you know you are it, the living God? And you know it because you develop habits to keep yourself in that frame of mind. A lot of people think it just happens, like, oh, burning bush, lightning bolt. And for some, it does. For me, it's been a series of habits. And that's why, I do what I do and what I offer.
Absolutely. And that burning bush doesn't happen to everybody. Let's face it, right?
I wasn't
most
born
of us,
being able to talk to the dead. I was not born being this psychic. I developed it over time.
it's practice. It's doing the work regularly, consistently. Absolutely. Okay, we're going to go to Christa. Christa, can you unmute your audio at least? I think you can do the audio, right?
Oh,
I can do
And
both.
video.
I
Awesome.
just got in from walking my dog. So my question is about my support for and partnership with my husband on a soul level and a practical level. How do I do this? How do I continue?
I'm sorry. You want to know if you should stay in your marriage or not?
How do I continue to support and partner with him? I am in the marriage, 20 years of marriage.
Do you want to continue to support? Do you want to stay in this marriage?
Yes.
That's not true.
Really?
Nope.
Okay.
You want to stay in the marriage, but I don't think.
Okay.
Let's just be honest with each other.
Okay. I feel 100% that I do want to support him. Is it just simply that I want to support him in a different role, not continuing as his wife?
Why don't you take a breath, calm down, bring yourself into calm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not somebody who's going to, no psychic's 100% accurate, but let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, that's what I would like. Yeah.
So you're in this marriage, and there are parts of it you don't like, and there are parts of it that I imagine you do.
Yeah.
And you're trying to figure out either, do I stay, do I leave, or how do I stay? What are you asking me?
Um,
Or I'll answer it for you.
yeah,
You're
please.
trying to make your man into something. You keep on showing me he's like clay, and you keep on trying to mold him. And as you mold the clay, it kind of goes. You can't make him into something. Do you understand?
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, I imagine trying to make somebody into something is very exhausting and frustrating.
Yeah.
Can you accept him for who he is, how he is? Not what you want him to be or how you see him
Well,
ultimately?
how he is very wounded um,
Right.
and carrying a lot of anger. And so I have been considering us to be partners in a healing journey because I also have had a lot of wounding. And so I'm really committed to my spiritual journey. And I have felt that we could partner in that.
Let me be clear with you. Your idea of partnering with somebody is not his idea of partnering. You think partnering is going to do with helping somebody to become who they said they wanted to be. He doesn't want to be molded by you. It's very difficult being married to your healer or therapist. You cannot play
Yeah.
both roles successfully.
Yeah.
You allow him to have his suffering and not try to change him. Can you make room for him and his, in Yiddish, we call it mishigash, is crazy. And you're saying to me, no, that's really uncomfortable. No, I don't. So you either make room for him and his mess, or you don't have that to do. You don't have that in you to do. And there's no judgment about that. Your soul is inviting you to not take responsibility for somebody else so that you're comfortable. Let me repeat that again. Your soul is inviting you to not have to change somebody so that you're comfortable. Christa, can you imagine dating me, somebody who's so psychic, I'll be on your tail? I mean, that would be horrible. I've heard this from partners before. Like, Colby, you know me better than I know me. And I'm like, okay, I got to learn to shut my mouth. People I date don't want that from me. Save it for your clients, Colby.
Yeah. It's really painful, though, to not be able to bring my whole self and my gifts into the relationship.
That's a bunch of
And it's
that's
is
a
it a
bunch
bunch
of
of bullshit?
That's a bunch of bullshit. You can bring your whole self. He just can't see it. You want him to see all of you. He can't right now. You can bring your whole self. Just don't expect him to respond.
Okay. Well, I feel like that's what I have been doing. My reluctance to step out of the relationship if he doesn't want to change is that I don't want to abandon him. I want to be a beacon of faith and hope for him that his suffering can be transformed, that he can be liberated.
You're really powerful, aren't you? That your light is going to transform somebody. Is my light transforming you just by witnessing me? You're very powerful, apparently, in your mind, and also very powerless in your mind.
Yeah.
You see both?
Yeah.
Stop trying to
Yeah.
save him. My advice to you is stop trying to save him and be you
Okay.
without trying
a-
to change him, get a rise out of him. Let him be in his suffering. Let him lick his wounds. Let him have his addictions. You can choose not to be with him or not, or be with him. You can't look, a hard lesson I had to learn as a healer type is I can't change anyone. Just like a teacher can't teach anyone. Comedian can't make anyone laugh. A judge can't give justice. I can't heal you. I could run a very powerful vibe and you pick it up, you don't pick it up.
Yeah.
Teacher can teach great lesson. Not up to me as a teacher to get this information to you. It's not up to me as a comedian to make you laugh. Grant him his sovereignty.
Yeah.
Allow him to live his
Okay.
journey, however that happens to be.
Well said.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
hope
hear
that helps,
you.
Christa.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you.
Mhm.
And I have to say that really resonated for me too, Christa. So I know what, I know what that's like.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you. All right, we're gonna, oops, sorry, Christa, don't, just ignore that.
Yeah.
I hit that by accident. It's okay. And and that's the thing that I always tell everyone, as you all know, is like you have to allow the other person to be who they are, to have their journey however they want it to be. We can't change anyone. I would love for my husband to be back to the way he was years ago. It's but I have to allow him to be however he is, right?
Right.
And so, I'm on my journey, he's on his journey. I mean, I get mad if somebody tells me do this, do that, be like this, be like that. Like, hello, leave me alone, let me do my thing, let me live my life, let me have my journey. I thank you for your help and concern, but I will, this is how I want to do my journey at
Right.
this point, kind of thing, right?
Marriage is not, marriage is a spiritual endeavor, is not an easy one. When you date somebody, before you get married, you hopefully have dated enough to know what you cannot stand. That's what dating's about. I can't stand these things. Okay. And then you finally find somebody, ideally, who doesn't have those things, and you marry them. And then you realize, oh, wait a minute. Or life intrudes, and there's like, oh, I don't know if I can hang with this. And then you have a choice to learn to accept it, or you got to move on. The truth is, any sign of depression or anxiety is you arguing with life, with what is. That what is wrong. And you cannot change if you don't accept what is. You have to accept
Mhm.
what is what should be. What is what I desire because it's what's happening. It must be what I want. On some level, I live alone. I've been alone for a long time. I'm single. I want a partner. I want a partner. And then you finally conclude, wait a minute, I don't want to live with anyone. I don't want to have to negotiate around somebody. This is why I'm single. Oh, it makes sense. So when you're depressed or anxious, you're arguing with life. This first step to healing is accepting what is. Accepting, not begrudgingly accepting, but accepting.
And I think sometimes we have our moments of acceptance and then we have our moments of arguing.
Mhm.
So today's one of those days I'm arguing with life.
Yeah, let's employ some habits.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go to Tina. And again, Tina, let's make this quick and short, and a quick question, please.
Hello. I've been thinking because of my situation, I need to finish what I've started here, but I'm looking in possibly moving to an island with a very dear friend, and I'm just wondering what my soul thinks of that. Or
Do you
Oh, can
want
I move to the island with you?
exactly?
Kidding.
Tina, why are you moving to this island with your friend?
to have some sunshine and joy, to have some happiness in my life.
And so when you invite your soul in, so please do that now. I, Tina, repeat after me,
I, Tina,
invite my soul
invite my soul.
to unfold within me,
What did you say? I'm sorry, I didn't hear.
to unfold within me.
To unfold within me.
Now,
Now,
you all can do the same and just feel what that feels like, Tina. Good. Notice the peace, the ease. Do you notice that?
yes, immediately.
Great. And now think about going to the island with your friend. And how does that feel?
It feels great. It also then I get my mind goes into all the whole details of it all instead of just letting myself stop thinking so much and go do what I
So
go
you're
do something for me.
asking a different question now, Tina.
Yeah.
What does my soul think of this? So answer your first question.
What does my soul think of this?
You asked me first, how's my
Yeah.
soul think about me going to this island with my friend? And what's your answer?
Go.
Yeah, your soul feels pretty good about it, right? Now, the
Right.
second question you're asking on the heels of that is, how do I keep myself out of my head?
Right.
Okay. So, Tina, have you ever swam in a pool?
Yeah.
All right, you know when you're a little kid and you sit at the bottom of the pool and you look up,
Mm-hmm.
you see people swimming above you, maybe beach balls on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
You know that feeling when you're sitting on the bottom of the pool?
Like I am right now.
Yeah. So I want you to say, take me
Take me
below thought.
below thought.
There you go. And there you go. And if you want to do the same, you can say the same. And you're going to wind up, there you go, Tina, on the bottom of the pool. There you go. How does that feel?
Much better.
So let's look at it this way, Tina. There's consciousness has been compared to bodies of water for as long as I know. And you are both the wave and you're the ocean. Both are true. When you're in the wave, you're in your personality, your thought. But when you dive deep below, when you sit at the bottom of the ocean, you're connected to more of a God consciousness realm. So when you sit at the bottom of the ocean of your consciousness, which is what you're doing, you can experience things as they are. You are both the wave and the ocean. And you don't want to just sit at the bottom of the ocean, or else you wind up not being able to take care of yourself, right? You want to be able to pop back and forth between the top of the wave, middle of the wave, and the bottom of the ocean. So if you want to stay out of your head, sit at the bottom of the ocean. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Wonderful. How do you feel?
Better.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Tina. And I love that process. I have to say, and you did it so quickly, Tina, but I love that process of, I fully allow my soul to unfold within me now. It was so immediate, right?
Right.
Yes, it was. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Tina. I loved it. And then, you know, imagining or being, at the bottom of the ocean, it doesn't mean like Colby said, it doesn't mean all the time, but anytime you find your mind going in circles or just going too fast or like causing you to be in anxiety, come back down. Right? There's always a time and a place for us to use our mind. Absolutely. We have to. Otherwise we wouldn't be able to function in this world. But it doesn't mean all the time, right? So if it's going haywire, come down. And then when you have to figure stuff out, then it's like, okay, let me take a few minutes and try and figure this stuff out that I got to do. But if it gets too much, come back down. And it's a practice, and like Colby says, it's a habit. And these habits are what we need to do sometimes throughout the day, many, many times throughout the day, right?
Until your field, your energy starts to become more solid, more full of grace. So you don't wind up in monkey mind as much. You change who you are by what you're paying attention to and how you're paying attention to it. Like I said, Getting to God is real easy. You just got to direct your attention. Enlightenment is not that big of a deal. It's just the result of where you put your attention. If you're serious about your spiritual journey, which I'm sure many, if not all of you are, you make a habit of, what is my attention on and where is it from? That's it. Real easy.
Absolutely. Katherine in Panama with the warmth.
Oh, yeah, too much warmth. Anyway, thank you for calling on me. Hi, Colby. I'm new to you, and I've already resonated with a lot that's been said today, and I've been back and forth on what to ask. But I think on a deeper level, what drew me to you was that I feel stuck in a way in unworthiness, in that monkey mind. I know that I'm here. Part of my journey is to love and accept myself, stand in my power, speak my truth. I know that. Yeah, I'm trying to start a business. I feel like it's a value.
Like Colby, I can't start my business because of self-worth issues. Is that what you're asking me?
I'm wondering, I think it's tied together. Yes.
So the question is, why can't I start my business?
Why can't I what my business?
Start your business? Is that the question you're asking me?
I've started it. Why? I think it all comes down to a lot of things in my life. It's about me accepting myself, loving myself, and feeling worthy. And I know that I have that.
So Katherine, I need you to ask me a specific question.
Okay.
Giving me a lot of psycho reasons why you're the way you are, but you have yet to
In my
ask
head.
me. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine. You know, look,
Okay.
it takes one to know one, sweetheart. I've been there and I visit quite often, but I have practices to keep me out. So are you saying, Colby? What are you asking?
I'm asking you, how can I find my worth? How can I love myself, accept myself when I have this constant monkey mind going? Or I don't know if I'm self-sabotaging myself. I'm resisting.
Now, Katherine, stop. What do you want to create that you're not able to create in the world? This is.
I want to feel safe in my body. I
Right,
want
you're asking me what's in the way of you starting feeling safe. Katherine,
Okay.
your third eye is freaking ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Meaning
It's open.
it's open?
Oh,
see,
yeah. And it's in the
oh.
front. So when your third eye is open the way yours is open,
Yeah.
you're very imaginative, very visual, maybe very psychic, but you're also subject to a lot of paranoia,
Mhm.
subject to a lot of, not delusion, but thought that's corrupted by limiting thoughts, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And so what we want to do, in my opinion, your energetic field should be built like a triangle. You should have more power, more robust energy at the bottom than at the top. You are like that. You have all this opening here and here, but not a lot going on down there.
Is that why I don't feel safe? Because the root?
You don't feel safe because you were raised by people who didn't feel safe themselves, and you got epigenetic trauma, as many people do, and you gotta want to be here, and you don't want to be here. You don't even want to be here. You don't even want to be here. You're kind of buying time. I'm here. Okay, I'll do the best I can with it, but I really don't want to be here. But then why doesn't stuff work out for me? And so, are you willing to really be here? Are you willing to step into this incarnation? Because that is the body you're going to liberate with. You have to have a body to liberate. You can't liberate without a body. And you're not really on great speaking terms with your body. You complain about it, but you're not really on speaking terms. So the work that I would have you do is not work that you'd want to do. You like this stuff. I love that stuff, but it's not going to change what you got going on because you're overdeveloped and underdeveloped. That's what's going on. Another psychic would look at you like, I could do so much with her. She contracts so easily. Oh, she's going to be so much fun to work with. But if you have too much here, you can't ground it. So it winds up corrupting your field. And you wind up with insomnia, rashes, physical issues, anxiety. You're worse off now than when you were 12, 14, 30, because your system is eroded.
So what do I do? What's the thing that I don't want to do?
Are you
Pardon?
willing to commit this incarnate? I ask you a question. Are you willing to be
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, I'm taking pause with that.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I don't think honestly I do.
Yeah, that's okay. Do you wanna?
I do wanna.
And that's a place we can begin. You know, there's lots of reasons why you don't wanna. You have a lot of trauma. The body was not safe. Horrible place to be. Of course you don't wanna. Colby, if I come into my body, I have to deal with all this trauma and this pain, and my body already hurts. You're telling me I'm going to do more? It'll feel better. Okay?
Thank you.
Can you repeat after me? Would that be okay?
Sure.
If you're unable to speak, you just put your hand up and just say it to yourself. I understand where you're at. Okay? So you say, and if anyone feels like, look, Colby, I haven't committed to this incarnation. I get it. You could say the same thing. All right? So you say, oh, the reason this works, by the way, it's not just words. I have a whole lot of energetic backup here that's working with you all. All right. So you say,
I,
say your name, sweetheart.
Katherine Ellie Grace,
Beautiful. Get that this is my body.
get that this is my body.
Hand on your heart and your belly button. This is my body.
This is my body.
This is the body I will liberate with.
This is the body I will liberate with.
And so I give up all allegiances
So I give up all allegiances
of their bodies,
to other bodies,
other realms,
other realms,
other incarnations.
other incarnations.
This is my priority.
This is my priority.
This is my body.
This is my body.
I release everything else.
I release everything else.
There we go. Now there are dominoes all around you in lines. There you go. Now, it doesn't mean you're not going to have access to all your incarnations and their information, but you're saying, look, you guys, who I am or who I was or who I am in this power of reality, here, 2025, and this here, this incarnation, there you go. This is where I'm at. This is what I want to be doing. This body, this incarnation, this is my priority. There you go. There you go. Now, there's a lot we could do here over the purpose of time, or given time. There we go. How are you doing over there, Katherine?
I feel calmer. I felt a shift. Thank you.
So,
I have a
Kat,
lot more to do here. So yes, I definitely want to be here.
you wanna be here.
Yeah.
Because being here, people wait on long lines to get into this incarnation. Not to learn, sweetheart, because it's a hell of a place. People love it. It's wonderful. And you want some of that wonder.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's more we can do on this, especially in the package around making the earth your friend. It'll be really helpful for you.
Thank you.
People who are awakened are embodied, have a strong connection with the planet. Again, stillness, love, calm, and purpose is what you're going for. And how you're going to get there right now is a greater connection to the earth. Your soul is inviting. you to really be here, to practice presence. Make sense?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
God
Thank
bless.
So, thank you, Catherine. That was really
Thank you.
difficult.
Yeah.
You know, you're, I can't even talk, but I I would highly recommend you get the package. I'm going to take a minute now to talk about it. But there's 36 recordings in there, and so 36 practices and 36, God knows what Colby's going to talk about it, but I think that'll really help.
You take a breath. It sounds like you're emotional, which is great and fine. I want to make room for that.
I
And
know, it's like, oh my God, this was, this call is like, has been tough for me. It's like bringing up all my stuff, so, yeah, so everyone take a deep breath, drink some water or something, and
yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. You come on.
so yeah, I'm gonna share my screen and we're gonna talk about the package, and then we'll come back and do a few more of these mini wonderful readings, because like Colby's like so spot on and he's hitting all the points, and it's scary. To be honest, it's like this is not surface stuff. He's not just playing. I mean, he's going deep to those parts of you that really need to be seen and acknowledged, that can help you to transform your life. Right? So I'm not crying. I'm just like, yes, this is such a wonderful call. And I'm just so grateful for all of you who are here and are courageous enough to ask questions. Because you know what? I'll be honest with you. If I was on a call, I was not the speaker and I was not the host, I would not be raising my hand. So that says so much about all of you who are so courageous enough to raise your hand and ask your question. I'm the one, even though I'm the host and I'm a healer and blah, 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 I never go to anybody. I never ask anybody for help. I never raise my freaking hand, So just saying, it takes a lot of courage. So I appreciate all of you so much. Yeah, I got stuff going on today, I'll be honest. And it's like bringing up all the stuff today. So I'll be honest, it's like it's not a fun. What am I doing even? I'm gonna share my screen is what I'm doing. Hold on. I'm okay. All right, Colby, you are being so wonderful and so magnificent, and you're like such a powerful healer and psychic, and you're so gifted. I'm like just so blessed to know you. So Colby's package is aligned with the divine, the God habits, and there are 36 recordings, but it's not about the recording, it's about the transformation that's available for you, right?
So,
All right. Go ahead, Colby, I'll let you share.
this package is way too big, I'm going to tell you. It's 36 recordings, all about less than 5 minutes. And the reason I did that is because I have an attention issue. It's very difficult for me to maintain my attention. And so I wanted to develop something that was quick and short that you can do for 36 or so days, 5 minutes, 3 minutes a day. And it consists of practices that you can do pretty much in about a minute, if not less, to shift your attention. So this is the nutritious fast food of self-development. That's what this is. And it's
I
split
love that.
into, I think, you could scroll down a little bit, into about 6.
I think 7 or 8.
Okay, and each of them consists of different practices. So maximizing your results is entering the container of which you're a part of and making friends with the beings that I've established. Say hi, you tell them what you want. They kind of sort the practices accordingly, so they're set up for you energetically. And then the next chapter is entering the matrix, which is where you really just step in and you feel the uplift of this container and what it has for you. And if you could scroll down a little bit more, and this is where it gets really interesting, which is about mastering your attention. In common new agey circles, we talk about like thinking positive and feeling good, but it doesn't talk to us a lot about where your attention is from in your body. And depending on where you put your attention, generates different results. So if I put my attention in the front of my head, I'm going to activate my thinking centers. The back of my head, my ancestral information. Different places give you different access points. So here we have, I don't know, 6 or 7 practices helping you to like still points in that one, which we just did, and teaches you different ways of getting into you. Because at the end of the day, what you want is a better relationship with you. If you can scroll down a little bit further, and then we go connecting to the planet, which is all about you are walking earth consciousness. You are not separate from the earth. I'm sorry to tell you, and congratulations. This is your home, and this is where wellness comes from. If you have physical ailments, I'm pointing you down. You connect with being here. So many spiritual people are either in their third eye or above. And it's just, as we just saw, too much development up here. You can't ground it. And it topples you over. I've been toppled, and that's why I teach this program. And if you could scroll down a little bit more, there are practices and practicing the habit of staying calm. So many self-development people talk about joy and how happy they are. And here I am at a beach and look at my mansion. That's not what this is about. The first stages of awakening is calm. You can't get to appreciation unless you're calm. In order to get to joy, you have to get to appreciation. Appreciation, you got to get to calm. So we're starting with the foundation of calm. Not calm, boring, snooze, 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 but calm, well-being, a sense of center. And there are about 8 practices here to help you do exactly that. And then we go to prioritizing love. If this is love and everything else I'm doing is an overlay on it, how do I get to the original love? And this primarily is about surrendering your expectations, your opinions, your priorities, and relinquishing it to love. And then you really know what's yours to do. And then we scroll down a little bit more. We go to holding on to yourself. So many spiritual people are out and about, but there's no self there. There's no presence there. Who am I talking to? Where are you? This is that. This is about you being comfortable with you and relinquishing, because if you're so psychic, you're probably used to going into other people's spaces. If you're so empathic, you're overridden by other people's stuff. Screw that. Let's clear our space so we can know who we are. And from there, we can make choices. Connecting to the everything is the big papone. Don't do this first, my friend. Do not do this, because this is the big, you connect to the whole and you feel your connection. But I'm getting you prepared for the kapoom. Don't go right to the kapoom. We need infrastructure. We need foundations. And that's why I want you all to do the package in the order it was put in place. Okay, and within the package, my hope is you walk out with several practices you can do that you make your own. So that when your mother-in-law comes in the room, when your boss treats you badly, you can do a practice and bring the best of yourself forward. So it's called Align with the Divine, the 36 God Habits. Normally, I think this is 179. For you and your folks, I'm offering it to you for 97 bucks. And I'm really proud of this package. I'm a little mad at myself for doing so much. But
It's a wonderful package. I love
here
it.
you
It's like,
go.
oh my goodness. Yeah, there's so many wonderful tools here, and they're short. I mean, I don't have time to do a 1 hour anything. So it's like 3 minutes, 5 minutes at the most. I love it. So $97, the payment plan is available. There's some wonderful testimonials and feedback from people who have worked with Colby, and you can read about those. I mean, they're fabulous. There's a much bigger bio if you want to learn more about Colby and his work. It's all there. And again, align with the divine, the God habits, 36 recordings. But I'm going to say instead of 36 recordings, there are like 36 practices, 36 habits that you can start to implement in your life to transform your life. Right. And that's $97. Payment plan is available. And of course, if you're an Inner Circle member, please do use your gift code. Okay. Thank you so much, Colby. This is something that I definitely also need. I'm just like, if this call is bringing up anything for me today, it's like, oh my God, I definitely need some of these practices for days like today. No, that's brilliant. Thank you. And I don't get emotional very often, and I don't normally share private stuff about myself often on these calls, just because I want to make this about the community and the guest who's here. But you brought out a lot of stuff today, so all right. So who else is we'll just take a few more, but who else is courageous again enough to be vulnerable and ask your question? Because there's no beating around the bush. There's no rose-colored glasses here. This is what I love about Colby, is like, he's not going to sugarcoat anything, because it's about real, true transformation. That's why we are here on these calls, right? So that we can have a transformation in our lives, so that we can change our lives, so that we can know who we are, be connected to who we are, to the divine, whatever name you want to give it. That's why we do this, so that we don't have to suffer and struggle anymore. That's why we're on these calls, not for curiosity. Okay, so okay. Colby, you ready to do a few more?
Sure, love to.
All right, Arona, are you there? You want to unmute?
Yes, I'm there. I'm sorry, I arrived at a location. Thank you for
That's okay.
calling on me. I would like to experience true love, if there's any left.
What do you mean by true love?
Well, my marriage was, I thought that's who he was, and it was supposed to be nice at least. I didn't think everything was going to be hunky-dory all the time, but there was no match, emotion, there was zero match between the two of us. And eventually it dissolved after 24 years. And I went through a lot. I would like to now know if this is something I would like to experience love, period. That's what I want. I think that's what I want.
Okay. I want to let you know that I find you very lovely.
Thank you. That's sweet. Thank you.
And I'm going to say what I feel is the truth of the situation,
Okay.
with hopefully a little compassion,
Okay.
a lot of compassion. I'll do my best. You don't get something when you want it. You get something when you're curious about it. You want it as a way of substantiating your existence. I want love so I know that I'm worthwhile, so life is worthwhile. Your soul is not going to allow it, because your soul wants you to know you're worthwhile and that life is worthwhile without having to have that.
Mm-hmm.
You always get what you want, as long as what you want is not in the way of your spiritual connection. Another way of saying it is, you want it too much. Okay? So what I want, you want it too much because you're trying to substantiate while you're alive. Life is not as worthwhile if you don't have love. And I want you to move from that to, I'm really curious what love would be like. I'm really curious. Because curious doesn't have an attachment that I have to have it in order to be okay. So we want to make you out of the need, the grasp, to like, oh, I can allow this.
Yeah.
I can just allow it because you're grasping, because I see you in a wedding dress and there's no one around because you don't believe that they'll really meet you. So we're fighting this. There's no guy for me, maybe for somebody else, but not for me. But Colby, I want it, but I believe there's no one for me. Now, this is very easy to move. If you make it really hard, it's gonna be hard.
Okay.
You understand? Really, Colby, I'm really curious what a loving relationship is. Not true love, because you just pushed yourself out.
Okay.
I don't want any love. I want true love. It's like, Jesus, what is she talking about? What are you guys are like, there's a whole lot of, I'm curious what a loving relationship is. I'm really curious.
Yeah.
Okay, so say that to me, Colby, and let's see what shows up next. Okay, can we do that?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So I
Colby?
said, Kobe, I would like to know, I'm curious about love.
Tell
Is
me
that-
more. Yeah, that's good. Keep going.
Well,
Colby,
I'm curious about love and what it would look like and what would feel like and what can, well, that's it. That's all I have.
Wonderful, beautiful.
Yeah.
All of us have a God, all of us have a relationship with the divine. Okay? Some people resonate with God is love. That's not you.
Yeah.
Some people resonate with God is unlimited. Also not you. Some people resonate with God is omniscient. Also not you. However, you resonate with God's glory, the glory of God, the wonder, the spectacle, the astonishment of God. Can you feel that?
Yes.
There you go. But when you're walking around with, Kobe, I want to know true love, you're not going after glory, you're going after security.
Oh,
And you're
yeah.
going after security because you don't want to get rejected. And
That's
that's
true.
not going to get you what you want. So let's access the fact that you have an intimate relationship already. You come wired with it, with God's glory. Okay, you ready?
Yes.
All right, so now you say I. Oh, bring your attention into your still point, just like before. I showed before, 3 fingers below your belly button. And if the rest of you are interested, do it as well. 3 fingers below your belly button. You specifically resonate with glory. There we go. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Good. Repeat after me, sweetheart. I
I
allow
allow
God's glory
God's glory
to unfold within me.
unfold within me
Now.
now.
There we go. God, the universe, the everything, whatever you want to call that. There we go. And it's happening. Just let that unfold. There you go. Here we go. Good.
Thank you.
How do you feel?
It's beautiful.
You feel good?
Yes.
All right. So
I,
everyone,
I,
yeah, I'm sorry.
I just wanted to say I saw an image of winged golden wings,
Oh,
just golden wings of a figure in it, not a very prominent, but just wings. Yep.
so you register with glory. So my suggestion is that you look for wonder and awe and astonishment in life.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
your secret sauce, right? That's what you got. Because you don't want security, you want magic,
That's true. That's
right?
true.
You know, the universe, I'm really curious about love. Really curious. I really want to know what that's like. That'd be fun. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yes.
All right.
Thank you so much. You're so kind.
Pleasure's
Thank
mine.
you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Arnima. That was
you
beautiful.
so-
I loved it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you, Subali. Thank you.
She's lovely.
That was nice. I like that. That was so sweet. I felt it.
I find
Yeah,
it really
it was.
interesting that people each have a relationship with the divine that is specific to them. It's not one path. Each of us register differently.
Yeah, absolutely. Tanya, my goodness. I'm just going to say really quickly, nobody else raise your hand, please, because otherwise we'll be here all night, all day. Tanya, go ahead.
Hello, Lara. Hello, Colby. My question will resonate with the previous lady a little bit. I was married and I felt secure, not kind of emotionally, but financially. And then I kind of could do meditation, spiritual practices. I had
What's
lots
your
of passion.
question?
My
No
question
story. What's
is
your question?
now I didn't lose passion, but I feel more like I want to be secure rather than passion to do what I want to do. So what do I need to let go, or
Good.
how do I
Good.
need to shift this?
So you want to
Sorry.
be passionate about what you do for a living, and you want financial security. Is that what you're saying?
Now I want to have more passion to start new projects that I wanted to start for a long time, but I feel like I want to be secure,
Okay,
financially.
Stop talk.
Sorry.
So, no, it's okay. Okay, just keep your eye so I can interrupt. What is the thing you want to start, sweetheart?
My YouTube channel. I want to share my knowledge with people and
Knowledge of what?
how to enjoy life, how to just be happy no matter what.
Okay, and
And
do you feel like you got that handled?
I think I do.
You do not.
Okay.
You do not. That's okay, but you do not. So the problem here, sweetheart, you could
Mhm.
go on YouTube and say, look, I'm a student just like you. I'm as crazy as they come. And because I'm as nutty as they come, that's why I learned this stuff. And it's helped me.
Okay.
If you went with that, you could start.
Okay.
But if you
That's
hold,
all.
that you're the expert and that you've already arrived, your soul is going to stop you. Because that's not something, the outcome of that is not pretty.
Okay.
So I want to let you take the pressure off of yourself
Okay.
and be like, look, I'm a student of well-being. I'm very studied. I'm still nutty. Here's some practices. Here's some speakers, whatever it is that has helped me and continue to help me. Then you could begin. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay.
That was on my mind.
A good psychic tells you what you already know that you don't want to know. That's what a good psychic
No,
does.
it is not. That's what I was gonna do, but I think that I don't believe that I can do it. That's what I'm
And you're
afraid
in
of.
your head all the time. You're
I know.
always thinking.
I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So
sweetheart, your spirituality is not in your head. Stop
I
thinking.
know. I have to drop in my hand.
Right. And if you're going to do this, then you've got to make a commitment to do that. And you
Mm.
not see that you've done that. There's such a thing as what's called the spiritualized ego. I suggest you look up that term.
Okay.
Means, and we all have egos, just different flavors. So it's all ice cream, just a different flavor, right? So, okay, if you don't have to know it all and heal somebody, then you could just present what you know or what's helped you. That's it. Why make it more complicated than that? Go on YouTube today and shoot some videos. Not a big deal. Stop making it such a big deal.
Okay.
And the
You're
other,
right.
hmm?
You are
yes,
so
good
right.
luck, Tanya. Next week when we have on the show, you're going to come on and you're going to say, yes, I did the YouTube video. I put something out there. Okay.
Well,
Next
I'll
Tuesday,
try.
we have a call. Put something out there by then. Okay.
Yeah, bring your attention back here,
Mm.
back of your head,
Mm-hmm.
inside your skull, Tanya. Bring your attention.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going, Tanya. You're still in the frontal lobe. There you go, Tanya. Relax. Relax. Breathe. Back of your head. Bring your attention to the back of your head and now the bottoms of your feet. Back of head, bottoms of feet. There you go, Tanya. Back of head, bottoms of feet. And if you want to as well, you can do this with Tanya. There you go, Tanya. Notice you're slowing down. Back of head, sacrum, where your butt begins. Heels. We're connecting parts of you. Because right now you're just a lollipop head. You're a head on a body. And we want to bring pieces of you together. You cannot understand God. You can only sense its presence. There's nothing in your head. And your default is to go in your head to figure stuff out. And as soon as you figure stuff out, I'm going to invite you to do this practice. Back of head, bottoms of feet, sacrum. And the last step is bring your attention to the center of your chest and open. There you go, Tanya. How do you feel?
I feel calm and more centered.
Good.
I feel good. Thank you.
Spirituality is not an intellectual exercise.
I
You
know.
can understand God or understand who you really are. You can only sense it.
Sense it.
You can
So
only
do
sense
that practice, the one that, Colby just shared with you again and
Yeah,
again and again.
I will. Thank you every day. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Many times a day, Tanya, many times.
Yeah. Need to ground. Yes, more. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I look
Thank you,
forward
Tanya.
to getting a video from you of your
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
There's-
Awesome. All right, Sherry, do you have audio available, Sherry? You want to unmute?
Hi.
Perfect. Hi.
Hi. Wow. Thank you to everybody. That's a lot. So it kind of answered my question. So Colby,
Yo.
why
Colby.
am I so scared to trust and let go? Like,
What are you
what
trying
is
to
it?
let go into? Too broad, too much to look at. Colby, I want to trust my boyfriend. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
I
something
want to,
specific, Sherry.
I want to trust God.
You don't believe in God.
I don't know if I do.
That means you don't believe in God.
Okay.
Look, Sherry, you don't need to have faith if you know how things work. I'm going to repeat that, Sherry. You don't need to have faith if you know how things work. Sherry, how does things work?
Are you trusting?
What's going on? What are you feeling? Why is there such a like God abandoned me vibe going on with you?
I don't know. This is that's it. Thank you. Yes.
Sure, you're welcome. What do you think God is? If God abandoned you, then what is God? God, like,
Go-
Ed, please.
God is everything. It's everything. It's everything and nothing.
Mm-hmm. But you hold on to a concept that God is outside the self
Yes.
and is like kind of a parental grandfather figure. You don't believe that God is that the whole is God.
I thought I let go of
Believe that
that.
you sense it, that's not your lived experience. You believe that God abandoned you like your parents didn't see you. So you're mixing those two things. So what I would do with you is get you to relinquish your hatred towards your caregivers. Relinquish it, process it, transform it. Because until you're complete with your parents, it's difficult to get complete with God. Not impossible, but it's very difficult. Doesn't mean your parents need to be alive to get complete. But we imagine God the way we imagined our parents when we were 2, 3, because our parents were all powerful. So your problem is not that you don't trust God. The problem is that you don't forgive your caretakers. Do you understand?
Yeah.
You want to forgive your parents?
Yes.
Notice you don't.
Well, there's a part I'm working on it, but
I'm just
obviously.
asking you to say, notice that you don't. That's okay.
Okay.
Notice you don't.
There's part of me very angry. Yes.
Yeah. So that part needs to be attended to by meeting it. I mean, this is a short show and, we're very low on time.
Yeah.
You meeting those people and, the package certainly would help you without a doubt, right? But notice you don't want to, and that's okay. We got to acknowledge what is so. We can, if you don't want to, I don't want to Colby. We can forgive them. I spent enough time. Screw them.
Yeah.
Notice that's there.
It is there.
Bad, and I want to punish them. And the way I'm punishing them is holding on to this shit, even if it's poisoning me. I don't care. I don't care. So you need to allow yourself to have a freaking temper tantrum. I don't care. It's freaking unfair. So that's my homework for you. Have a temper tantrum.
Okay.
Notice you're not going to do that. Notice you have no plan to do that.
Nope.
Notice you lie to me. Okay. And then you don't even, you're lying to me. I don't know why people lie to a psychic. I what's the point? But why are you lying to me? Okay, well, no, I'm not. Right?
Yep.
You like this being stuck thing. And that's okay. Look, sweetheart, like I said, I only know you because I know me. I am you. I know this place. You don't want to freaking budge. We've got to accept that. I don't want to budge. I want to punish them, and I want to punish them for what my life is.
That's horrible.
It's okay. It's human. Got to accept our humanity to allow our divinity. You're trying to bypass this, and you can't bypass it, not successfully for very long. Because your soul is like, you need to attend to this.
Okay.
Let's do a practice, okay?
Okay.
Bring your attention, Sherry, into your still point. 3 fingers below your belly button. I, repeat after me.
I,
Say your name, Sherry.
Sherry Lynn Walbridge,
Let go of what I want here.
let go of what I want here.
Let go of needing my parents to apologize.
Let go of needing my parents to apologize.
I let go of what I want here.
I let go of what I want here.
You, the divine.
You, the divine.
I let go of it. I let go.
I let go of it.
There we go. And all I want in return.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
And all I want in return.
Sorry, Colby, there's interference. I'm blind, so I listen, and when somebody types in, it speaks to me, and it
And
drowns it.
all I want in return.
I let go of all of that I want in return.
No. And all I want in return.
And all I want in return
Is love.
Is love. Yes.
I let go of needing my parents to apologize.
I let go of wanting and needing my parents to apologize.
And rectify.
And rectify.
And all I want in return.
And all I want in return.
Is love.
Is love.
From any and all sources.
From any and all sources.
Without any attachment.
Without any attachment.
There you go. But do it. So, give that a moment. When this is one out of many practice I would have you do. There we go. And again, if you want the same, say the same words. and the practice will work for you. There we go. Sherry, how are you?
Peaceful.
Good.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Sherry. Sherry, you're a lovely person. I hope you will allow yourself to have what you want. Okay?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome, sweetheart.
Awesome. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
All right. Wow. Asha? Okay, we're almost finished. Just a few quick more. I say quick, but let's keep the questions short. No story.
Hi,
Quick,
Shefali. Hi,
specific
Colby.
question. Hi, Asha.
Hello.
The practices I'm sharing are in the package. So to give you a flavor if you want to purchase the package. Yes, Miss Asha.
Hello. By the way, I'm going to give you a compliment. Everything and every caller that you worked with today, I took a piece of all of that. It was so good.
Good.
So, my question is, I've been looking for moving up in my career, and I've been working on that for a couple months now. I've interviewed for a job or jobs. Am I blocking or doing anything to block it from coming into my reality, or do I just need to be patient?
What do you do?
I work in the healthcare industry.
Will you be more specific? 'Cause I gotta-
Sure. Yep. I work in health equity.
What does that mean? I
So
don't know.
social determinants of health. So wherever there's disparities throughout the US, so I just don't work in a state. I travel everywhere.
If you had to tell me what it is. I
Um,
understand you're on a plane.
so, like the specific details, like I go into working with leaders at health systems, and we work in the local communities in order to level up or provide more care based on data by the U.S. Department of Health.
And so you're wondering what you can do to bring an opportunity to you?
Yes, like step into it. I've been applying I've interviewed as well for positions.
I don't think this is ultimately what you're gonna wind up doing. But two, I don't think there's anything in the way. It's just, let's see, it's now January, February, March, something will show up for you. March, first week, second week of March. There's about two opportunities, one really coming second week of March, by the second week.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Colby.
My pleasure, absolutely.
That's all I
Awesome.
had.
Thank you, Asha. Good luck.
Yep. Thanks.
And let me know, obviously, right?
Of course.
Yes, let me know. Yeah, obviously. Awesome. All right, Anushka, you want to unmute?
Hi, both of you. Thank
Hi.
you.
Hi.
My question is, what is holding me back to start my healing business?
What kind of healing do you work as?
Sorry?
What type of healing do you want to do?
It's like a bit of mixture. It just comes in my field when someone asks me a question, and yes, then it comes to me.
So think about what you do so I can track it, please.
Okay.
That's not you that you're working with. Do you know that? That's extraterrestrial stuff. That's not you.
Okay, and what does that mean?
Aliens beaming stuff to the planet that you're picking up. That's what you're doing.
Okay.
A version of channeling. You're picking up stuff from other worlds, which is fine. Let's be really clear, that's not you.
Okay. And how can I change that then? How
Well,
can I tune my canal or something?
I'm not, for me, there are a lot of people comfortable with working with extraterrestrials.
Okay.
And the bottom line is when you're working with other beings, are you sure that those other beings know that you have a human body and know not to mess with it, or that their transition is not going to mess with you.
Okay.
So I want you to get clear about that, because what you're offering, you don't know you don't know what it is. So I would be uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
offering healing to people that I don't know what it's from, or what it does, or what the outcome is, the eventual outcome.
Mm-hmm.
You are changing people's consciousness. There's a responsibility there. Just because you're getting energy, getting information, doesn't mean
Mm-hmm.
it's so copacetic.
Okay. So it's about boundaries.
I would ask, when you tap in and you ask where this is coming from or from whom, what do you get?
Okay.
Do you want to do that now?
Yes.
What are these things and information coming from? And
It's like all over the place.
yeah, I don't know. Do you feel comfortable giving that energy to people?
No, I didn't think it was that scattered. That's the word that's coming up.
Well, that's a concern.
Okay, yes.
If you're like, what is it? What do they want? What is this doing to you? What is this doing to people?
Mm-hmm.
And you saying, so I come to you, you're a doctor, let's say, and you're like, Colby, I'm going to do some things to you. I don't know the outcome. I don't know where it comes from. I don't know if it's tested, and I don't know what it's going to do to you long term. I'd say, bye-bye, if I was seeing it.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
But
as energy healers, people, oh, I must get it. It must be good. Here you go. That's a problem. Just because you can access information doesn't mean you're advanced. Just means you're open, which may not be a good thing. May be a good thing, may not be a good thing. So if something's in your way, I would first check out this. I'm asking you to determine what your product is. Where is this coming from? What is the purpose? What is the point? What are the outcomes?
But sometimes I know when I have this healing with the energy of stones, and that is only with the healing of the energy of stones. And I know this comes from Atlantis, and I know this is pure. And when I do this, it's totally different than when I do the other thing that, like, yeah, some things are coming up and I don't know how it's going to unfold.
So
when
Anushka,
yes,
it's like a healing modality you have. So you want to get clear on where it's coming from, who you're channeling, what the benefits are, and what the result is, and what it's doing. And of course, use it if you want, if you feel comfortable. Use it with yourself first before you use it with other people. But ask more questions to get clarity on it. And if they are benevolent beings of light, they will tell you. They will give you the answers.
I thought it was always like that, but
Well,
probably
you need to ask the questions.
there is interference. Yes, okay. I know when I think that is true what I'm feeling when I work with the stones, the energy of the stones, that is pure, and that is only the energy of the stones of the Atlantean stones and of Earth right now. And that I feel.
Notice you're seeking validation.
Sorry?
Notice you're seeking validation from me. You're like, I am putting a pause on your extraterrestrial, and you're now talking about the stones and how pure it feels. You're actually asking me to validate it.
Because I feel it's two different things, and when I work,
so then it's two different things. Why are you telling me about that?
Yes, I'm asking if is that true what I feel, because you say about the other things.
Anushka?
Yes.
I like you very much. I think you're a good person. but I don't
Mhm.
trust you.
Okay.
And I don't trust you because I don't think you're asking the questions that you pointed out. You're doing this because there's all sorts of reasons to do healing.
Okay.
One is to feel important,
Mm-hmm.
to feel like you're above. You can do healing out of power, to
Mm-hmm.
gain power, to gain influence, or you can do healing to support your ego, that you're not worthwhile and didn't have the greatest childhood, or you could do healing, I gotta plug in, or you could do healing because, hold on one second, I'm replugging myself in. Oh, no, give me 1 second, please.
So it's important to look at as well, why do you want to do healing work with clients? Why do you want to be a healer, right? Really
Right.
getting clear on that. Is
Really
it
getting,
to
am I doing this
so-
for power or an influence, or am I doing this to create greater peace for myself and others? Why am I doing this? Really?
I, yeah, I want to help people.
You're not helping people if you don't know where your product is coming from.
Okay.
You're dangerous.
That's
Sorry,
okay.
dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Potentially, what you're bringing forth could be great, but I would need to see it in person. I would
Mm-hmm.
need to watch you work on somebody and tell you more about it, but I can't do that.
Right.
What you're doing might be
Mm-hmm.
great. I don't know, but I'm really suspicious. There's lots of beings beaming stuff to the planet.
Okay. And how can I change this then?
Well, like we've said, you got to ask yourself a question.
Mm-hmm.
In meditation, ask these beings, what is it that they're doing and why? And you got to check that against your internal barometer. And maybe you want to have me watch you work with somebody, and I'll tell you more.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I only work from myself. I
Mm-hmm.
work from the giant within, because I'm really curious what this is.
Mm-hmm.
That's my thing. And I trust me.
Yes, I don't say it's me. I know that it's channeled.
I
And
suggest
yes.
you, my
Mm-hmm.
point of view is you should only work from yourself.
Okay.
You have
Mm-hmm.
no business working with other beings, especially if you don't know who those other beings are. You need to form a relationship with them, or else they're just beaming stuff and you just happen to be picking it up.
Okay.
So
So
ask
just get
yourself the
clear
question.
on that, you know?
Yeah, ask yourself the questions. Ask them the questions. Let's see what you got.
And then see how you
Mhm.
feel about it.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, it's like really hurting my heart.
No,
Mm,
because you're attached to this being a good thing.
yes, I think so. Mhm.
That's concerning to me. Because then you're
Okay. All right.
as
Mhm.
opposed to, okay, this is not so good. I'm really interested in something that's good for me, good for them, and align,
Mhm.
and then that'll show up.
So take some time, Anushka, with it, okay?
Mhm. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. 1 second. Okay, Sarah,
This is a long call.
I know. Just we have 2 more, and I'm gonna again. We don't need a story. We just want a we need
quickly.
a
No,
specific question.
got it. Heard it the
And
first time.
I'm gonna say one thing, Sarah. Please don't take offense. But after Colby gives you his answer, please be gracious and grateful.
Oh, that's very sweet of you.
Because if you don't like his answer, just still be gracious and grateful for the answer.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I got it. As he gave other answers, I thought this is tough love, and whatever he said, we need to hear
Yeah.
it. So thank
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Thank you in advance.
I like your hat.
Thank you. I love this hat. I have very long hair. Has to be up in a hat. So I have been doing healing work all my life. When I sing, people since childhood, people have told me it's very healing to them, and I'm branching out, and my daughter's helping me put up a website to do sound healing, and it has led me into death doula work. and being there and helping people transition.
Mm.
And it fills me with joy when I can do that. So as I was also told just last week that my astrological chart says that all the trauma, and there's been a lot, and difficulty and injury in my life, started at 15 and ends in 2029.
Well, ask your question, sweetheart.
I must be patient. I want to know, let's see, I am being patient. I'm going on with the work. I'd like to know if there's something I can do to get out of my own way.
Regarding what? Being a death doula?
Yeah, and reaching the end of this time when it's one trauma after another right
You
now.
need to ask me a specific question. You're telling me you're letting your astrology indicate, okay, great. What are you asking me? Colby, how do I create a death doula business? What are you asking?
How do I progress along the way of getting my work noticed and out in the world where people can call upon me to help them in several different capacities, which is transmitting blessing, doing sound healing, chanting, and I do intuitive counseling. But it's not progressed for a long time. I haven't felt like I could go forward.
You're very different from me, which is a good thing. Okay, I'm sharp. I'm to the point. I'm like a knife, right? Which has its pluses and minuses because I get to the truth, but I might slice you open first, right? And so what I've learned to do is really try to be as compassionate as possible and raise my level of compassion. And I'm much more compassionate than I was, and I still have a way to go. You, on the other hand, are mushy, whooshy, round, wave-like. You're a little all over. Having said that, that's a perfect place for some healing. You don't have to be a knife. This is just my form, right? So I think it's wonderful that you're mushy and whooshy and all that, because people need that. People need that uncontained place of love. Now, the challenge with that is putting it into a business structure and doing the business of mushy and whooshy. Do you understand? So you're trying to sell something round in a square container. You need to sell something round in a round container. The container that you sell has to reflect what it is. And right now, that's not the case. So you've got to figure out what selling looks like with something that's kind of unbridled, that's difficult to harness. That's your challenge. You don't appeal to folks who want a specific answer. That's not your thing, nor should it be. You're more sharing a field. So you want to express yourself in those terms. Do you understand?
I do.
Wonderful.
I also find that when I do intuitive counseling, a lot of sharp knives come through for me to share with people. And I do, and then they say, oh, I've been struggling with this for 6 months. And what you just said totally reframes it. And so that does come through. But this next phase, it's not like me trying to sell somebody on letting me teach their kid Jewish and have a bar mitzvah, which I'm much more knife-like with because I've been explaining it for so many years.
And the energy that you're referring to when you spoke to me was very round and wavy. So you want to do something that sells in the same container that it is.
Okay,
Okay?
thank you.
Pleasure's mine.
Awesome. Thank you, Sarah. I don't know how to explain that myself, but I'm sure you understood.
No, I'm just going to let it come to me. Don't quite understand it yet.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. One more last question from
One
Melody.
more, just one more.
Just one more, Melody. She was asking if Let's see if she can do it. Melody, can you unmute? Let's see. Yes.
Yes.
Awesome. You did it.
Okay. I would like to ask, how do I increase my intuition?
I love Melody, right to the freaking point. Let me look through your system. When you say you want to be more intuitive, what do you mean?
Have clearer guidance and like a
About what?
I would on a more frequent level. Clearer guidance on the more frequent level where I don't doubt my own guidance, I guess.
On like where to go for vacation, on what?
In general, like on anything like making decisions and all.
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry. You want stronger intuition on what?
Making decisions.
About what? Very difficult to get people to be specific.
Making decisions in like whenever I'm struggling with making a decision and
Right.
knowing what's the best path kind of thing.
So intuition has gotten deformed. Intuition is not for picking horses at the racetrack or what jewel to get. Intuition is a result of being lined up with yourself.
Okay.
So the goal is to be lined up with yourself, and a natural outcome of that is intuitive guidance. But the goal is, Colby, I want to be more connected to the truth of me.
Okay.
If you're seeking intuition, then you're seeking to gain an edge at Las Vegas.
Not really.
That's different than I want to be more connected to me. So let's do something. So Melody, bring your attention 3 fingers below your belly button and in the middle of you.
Okay.
Do that, please. And if you want to do what Melody's doing, do the same thing I'm instructing her to do. 3 fingers below your belly button and in the middle of you. Feet flat on the ground, sitting in a chair, chest up. There you go, Melody. Into your still point. Now, really quickly, there's a tube, a pranic tube that runs through your torso, out your bottom, into the earth, through the earth, and up into the earth, into your body, through your body, and out your head. That is your pranic tube. Be aware of it from your still point, 3 fingers below your belly button. Be aware of that pranic tube that runs through you. There you go, Melody.
Okay.
What do you feel?
Sorry. More calm.
One more time.
Sorry. More calm.
Calm, great. Be aware of that pranic tube that's through you, all the way into the earth and all the way into the heaven. And off of that pranic tube or webbing is webs, like a spider web, if you like that image. If you don't like spiders, just ropes coming off the tube in all directions. This is your pranic tube and what connects you to all that is. Keep your attention in your still point, being aware of your pranic tube. At the same time, be aware your pranic tube is connected to everything, and everything is connected to you through the web, what natives call the web of life. This is how you become more connected to the truth of you, one way. And if you do this enough, intuitive information will be yours by being you, not by going outside of you, not by grasping. How do you feel, Melody?
I would say more grounded.
Good. So keep doing this. Maybe explore the package. And you will become more intuitive by being in concert with you. Don't just pursue intuition for the sake of intuition.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
That
my
was
friend.
awesome, awesome, Melody, because now we all have a tool process that we can use to cultivate intuition for ourselves and to tap into ourselves and our knowing, right? So thank you for that.
Thank you. Yeah.
It's something that we can, you know, it's basically just being open to the information around us and using that in our day-to-day life. That was brilliant. Yeah, thank you. That was great, Colby. Oh my goodness. So what a power-packed call, I have to say. It was like so much wisdom, so many processes, so many ahas. And I think it was like helpful and beneficial for everyone, even those who were not able to ask a question. I think it was like, I have to say, one of the best calls I've done in a long
Oh,
time.
God bless you.
Yeah. Yeah,
God-
thank you. No, it was awesome. And the package, you know, again, guys, please do check it out. Please do get it. Like, there's 36 processes like this to help you in your life for only $97. And I'm going to say only because it's worth so much more. The value of it is for me is the transformation that's available to you, the ease that's available to you, the change that's available for you in your life. So 97 is a really small price to pay. I don't normally say things like that, I know, but I'm going to say it today. So definitely, if you want change and transformation in your life, get the package, start working with those processes, 3 to 5 minutes every day for 36 days and see what starts to change. And I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's not about just listening to the process like, okay, I've done my duty for today. No, the processes are really quick and short and simple. Do them sometimes a couple of times a day. Some of the ones that were really emotional today, for example, Katherine, because Katherine, you're on my screen here, you're going to want to repeat them a couple of times a day, right? To really allow yourself to feel into it even, right? So some of it is going to be challenging, right? And then some other ones are going to be really nice and feel really good. But it's a practice, it's a habit, you know, like Colby called it, 36 God habits, right? And yes, we all talk about spirituality, we all talk about divinity, we all talk about consciousness, etc. But if you are not fulfilling all the needs at the physical level, you can't really do much more. You don't have the capacity to do more than that. So at least some of these God habits will help you to at least have ease and security in some places where, you know, you've been struggling for a while and wounded for a while. And, you know, the healing starts slowly and it builds, right? We all know that. And so be gentle. Again, I appreciate all of you and for being as courageous as you have been today on this call. I really appreciate that. And I'm so grateful for all of you. God, I'm so grateful for all of you. It's like, oh my God, even like when I was like, you know, couldn't even talk because the emotions were so raw, right? Halfway through. And so it's like, so thank you for all of your love and support as well, right? So what can I say? Colby, that was brilliant. Any last words of wisdom for us? And yeah, any more words of wisdom for us?
The thing I'd like to leave you with is if you're anxious or depressed, you're arguing with what is, and you will lose. So, anxious and depressed, recognize I'm arguing with what is. What is what is. And try to accept things as they are. Open your heart to them. You can't change anything without accepting what is first. Not begrudgingly, but with an open heart. Oh, I am single. I don't want to be. Oh, I'm single. Ah, it's great to be single. Oh, I only make X. Ah, it's awesome. I don't have to lend people money. It's great. Find that place of love for what is, and then sometimes can change. Stop fighting. Start accepting.
Yep.
A real pleasure.
Brilliant. You've all heard me say that as well. Acceptance. You have to accept life the way it is before you can change it. right? Otherwise, we're just in resistance and reaction and all that wonderful stuff that does not do anything except keep us stuck where we are. So thank you, Colby, for everything today, and thank you, everybody. You know, I'll have the recording out in a little while, but go back and watch and listen. Again, there's so much here for all of us. So go back, watch and listen, grab some tissues if you need to. Okay, it's okay. And you know, God, I'm sending you all so much love and blessing. So until next time, may continue to be blessed with an abundance of joy, peace, love, happiness, prosperity, and radiant health. Sending you all so much love and blessings. I'll see you all next week. All right, bye everyone. Bye for now.